pulse of the VI. Listen close and you will see why. The information will set you free. Stand together, never divide. Pulse VI.
Good afternoon. You're here with Pulse VI, Swing Show, BVI Chick, and Binta. We got Blake here. We even got our guest here already, who's been here
on time,
and very punctual. He was probably just sitting on like, why these mofos got me here sitting down a half hour early, and I ain't doing nothing.
But it's gonna be a good show today. You know why?
It's gonna be a good show.
Because we're all here. Robbie's got the haircut. He doesn't have the hat or the shades on.
I know,
he's got on orange, y'all.
Yes, he's
Robert
bright.
has on orange. It's peach. That's not peach.
I'm kidding.
I was about to say that's not, I'm not colorblind now.
I just wanted to be against you. That's all.
Oh wow, these two.
Goodness, we're ready to work. We are ready.
We are ready to work.
So how is? Oh, you go. I think we were gonna say
we
the same thing.
We just have so much happening this week. I don't know where do we begin.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Where do we begin? Swain Show.
What?
What happened this week?
We got leaked tonight. I think that's Monet's event up at Cravens.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. That's what it's called, Blake? Cravens? That's what it's called? The place?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
It's called Cravens. So Monet's there with 4 DJs, I think.
Yeah, it's all DJs, and she will be there. She will be headlining for the first time.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
congratulations.
So
awesome.
it's gonna be awesome. She's very excited, and I encourage everyone, if you have time, if you're not doing anything, go to Cravens and go support.
Support.
We also have the Pure White Party tonight with Deli Banger.
Oh.
Binta's face. Sorry, not gonna let it go. What was that about?
No, that was because of
location. Yeah, Pure White there.
Right. Okay.
I have a feeling he's gonna fix it up just because of what people have been saying about the location. Because let's be honest,
can we ask? I have nothing against anyone, but how is he? He's outside the Pear Park, but he's at the Pear Park.
Yeah,
he's outside the Pear Park.
So how?
And I just wanted to look a little bit in line with the Pear Park. You know what I mean? I'm not judging. I've spoken to him when he started. I just feel like when you spend multi-million-dollar there,
62,
and then
what is it? Who knows?
At least it should.
I don't.
At least it should have the same ambiance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same something.
It should
so
mesh.
Yeah.
It should mesh. It should flow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been in there, so I can't really speak on it much.
Neither
but
have
it's
I.
just always puzzled me as to.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, it just looks so secluded, like it's just there.
Yeah.
And he's had multiple events there.
Lots
I don't
of
know
I
if
see.
it's.
So
I haven't been there or haven't heard anything to know if it's been successful or how the venue is, but hopefully they have a good time tonight.
Yeah, that's good. We wish you all the best and all the success in the world. Of course, as always, we're positive people.
Very positive. Very positive.
I know you itching. Your politics fingers itching,
Before
boy.
I get on the things that are itching me, I know that this is right up your alley. First, we have Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, sexiest man alive. Is that what you're talking about?
Listen.
That man is fine.
I recently started following his daughter.
Let's just say praise God. Okay, yeah, she's, well,
his
okay.
daughter.
Yeah.
You see what she did? Oh, yeah, she's
I mean,
nothing.
Yeah.
That was equivalent to my Hashim never. That's exactly the same thing.
But that man is a tall drink of water.
He's like a big old glass on
I'm telling you.
a hot day like
and
that.
the older he get, the finer
That's what I'm
he
saying.
gets. Jesus.
He looks the same.
Okay, whatever.
He's looked the same for the past 40 years.
Whatever.
He has not changed. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying. Y'all saying he's getting better, but the older they get.
Just something about him
he's
better.
aging.
He's a black man.
Okay.
He's British, that's all.
He's a black
Well, that
British
does
man.
something that to you too, yes.
They age very well.
Yeah.
And then he's a DJ too.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a house DJ.
Yes.
Not the kind of music I listen to unless I have a pill.
But
yeah, he was at Essence Fest, but I didn't get the chance to go in that side of the event.
Okay.
More people go to see him. They don't really go to see the set.
I know. I wanted to see him. I didn't
Well,
want to see him,
who cares
obviously.
about the set?
Yeah, because the set is garbage.
Oh God, he is. Jeez Louise.
Anyway.
Let me change it up for you.
And then someone made a doll. Can we sue them?
What?
Oh, the doll that looks like the other
It
guy?
does. I don't know.
I don't know
Let's sue
about
them.
this.
I'm suing them for him.
I'll show it to you. You could talk about
It's
it.
scary.
Tell her what it
It
is.
has a big ugly head. It's not cute.
What is it though?
You know, like the Mattel's doll that they make look alike, like person.
Celebrities?
Yeah, it looks nothing like him. It's
they made one of Idris and it didn't look. Ooh,
oh, it's scary.
No, they made one of somebody else. They call it.
Somebody else. It's definitely not him.
His brother.
It was supposed to be him though.
It's supposed to be, but
Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
it's not cute at all.
He mixed up the pictures, you know.
So,
That's another black
Gosh, I don't know.
So this is it.
Boy, who is that?
That's the person it was supposed to be.
He looks like. Have y'all ever watched
Yes.
Think Like a Man?
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
guy. That's the guy.
Yeah.
So
oh
he
my
posted.
God.
He posted on his Instagram that since he just doesn't want to.
I'll
That's
take
Bill
it, yeah.
Bellamy?
He's like, I'll take
Is
it.
it Bill?
That's not Bill Bellamy.
Oh, okay.
I can't
Oh my
remember his
goodness,
name.
I
to be
don't know
honest.
his name. I just know he was in Think Like a Man.
Oh yeah, it's
but
so sad.
At the same point too, the doll just looks like an older version of him.
I guess
It doesn't look anything like
it's
him. That's
scary, though.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In other news, they found 18.5 tons of cocaine coming from all over the. Oh, look at y'all faces. Coming
Right,
from
'cause-
Mexico and South America
Where?
And
to the Port Everglades in Florida.
How much is that?
18.5 tons.
how
That's
much is that worth?
$500 million.
Wow.
$500 million.
Wow.
So $500 million worth of cocaine was seized, and it was it was amongst I think 18 boats caught at one time.
Oh, that's.
But
that's
I
good.
always
That's good
wonder why do
sleuthing
they
skills.
intercept and not let it come through so they could see who's the collector? You
Well,
know,
they
when
have
things
they
like
have
that.
49 people in custody.
Okay.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
49 people in custody. So,
Wow,
No, but
that's a
still
big
you-
ring.
no,
but the
but
thing
you
is,
rather
they
seize
caught
the-
all of them at one time.
That's
That's
actually
a
really
plan.
good.
That's really
they caught all of them at-
execution
yeah,
plan.
they caught all of them at
yeah.
one time.
That's
yeah.
So what they did, they lined up all the boats
Ooh.
on this like behind this big badge, and after they arrested them, they had they had to display.
Yeah.
all
And
the
this was in
cocaine,
Florida?
and This is in Florida.
Of course, it
Wow.
was in Florida.
Yeah,
Wow.
$500 million worth.
All the craziest things happen in Florida, y'all.
Somebody posts a picture of the police and some drugs, and they say when somebody robs you and post it on social media.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yep. That's the cops.
Wow.
That's the cops.
Well, you know.
It's a.
But that's okay. While they were catching that, a whole bunch got in. That's how it goes.
That's facts though. Like
But that's
if you
how
think
it
about
goes,
True,
you know?
that's how it is.
That's how it is.
They're just gonna make 18 ton more.
Yeah.
What like I don't. Goodness. What do people? What?
Money. What do they get out of it? Money.
Yeah.
No, but like, what you snorting that stuff up your nose for? What you doing?
Yeah. It's sad.
We live in a world where doctors do it,
Yeah.
lawyers do it, and,
Well-
I'm talking about people here. Let's
Yeah,
be frank.
and cocaine is the choice, is the
Um,
drug of the classy people.
Cocaine
you know
is
what
the
I'm
drug
saying?
of the classy people.
It's the drug of the
also
classy
the drug
people.
of a lot of Santo Domingos here.
Oh, wow,
The
I
Spanish
didn't know
culture
that.
here uses a lot of cocaine.
Oh,
right?
I didn't know that.
Maybe that's stuff I shouldn't say on radio. But I think that's something that's known. That's
Okay.
you know,
Well, I don't know about these things.
Spanish women. Spanish women
It's okay.
use
Don't
cocaine.
educate me.
Spanish women use cocaine to lose their appetite.
Oh, to get skinny. That's
So
why
they
they
get
all got
skinny.
skinny waist.
Oh,
Exactly.
wow,
So
well-
a lot of them do that.
I'll be fat, guys.
A lot of them do that. When? Quando? Yeah. So a lot of them they snort cocaine to stay skinny because they lose their
yeah,
appetite.
yeah,
You know-
yeah, it does.
This is what's been killing me lately. I've been getting all types of information from people this week, and how do y'all get this information?
Boy,
Streets.
the streets.
How,
We're not on the
like-
streets. We're not on the streets.
I'm definitely
We're
not on the
we're
streets.
We're not.
Streets.
But I'm just saying, like, someone came and said something. They were showing something to me and my boss, and I said, my boss said, how you get this information? And he's like, don't worry. It all comes, I get everything, I
And
know
some things
everything,
just come to you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you don't even have to go and ask for it. They just, hey.
Well, in we live in a modern world where technology is right there. Everybody's
True.
in a
telling
chat.
you.
WhatsApp, everybody's in a
You're
group
in a
chat.
chat. I mean, I used to be in 22 group chats at once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
How did you
so
keep up?
I didn't.
Ooh.
I got out.
You had to.
I left.
I'm in 2 group chats, and that's too much.
I am in two, and it's, I can't
I'm in
keep
group
up.
chats within group chats. So you have like a group chat with like 20 people, but then on the side
Like-
you have like 5 out of that 20.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
like we don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
And then, but what upsets me
it's a lot of
about
sneaky
those
stuff.
is that you put it on the other chat, so don't put it on this chat too, because
Right.
you're just giving me the same information
Over
twice.
and over and
yeah.
I don't know. I don't use my phone. I only use it to snap, so I can't really talk. I don't use I don't text. I don't write nothing.
Well, yeah.
I'm
I'm in
terrible.
2 group chats with my mom. Love you, mom. But let me tell y'all something. Who taught my mom how to use that WhatsApp?
The WhatsApp threads. My
Praise
grandmother.
God.
Like,
Okay.
I kid you not.
And I want to know if she'd have typed those long things. It's like 2 pages, I tell you.
No, this is what I get.
And
this
thanks
is
for the
mine.
praise, mom. She prayed for us nonstop. Thank you.
good. Thank you, mom.
This is my grandmother.
Okay, Granny.
As you notice, there's no
Granny-
green anywhere.
Granny is on. Ooh,
And then when I
At least
call
y'all have
her,
grandmothers to text.
yeah.
That's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
That's a
I
blessing.
have no grandmothers to text.
Why do you always do that? Listen, and then how does one continue from that? Now everyone's like,
Yeah, stop texting your grandmother.
No, I'm texting her.
I'm not texting her.
She has
back.
not texted back yet.
She's been tough.
She is a
All
bad
she wants is
girl.
a text back.
Grandma is texting her.
And then you know what's funny? She'd send those to my dad. She's faster than my dad, and my dad would send them to us. So and we're like,
Wow.
So he's the problem.
they're all the problem. My
Wow.
aunt, everyone, and I get them in all languages now.
Ooh.
Nice.
No.
Nice.
No.
All right, guys.
But anyway,
You know we have to touch on it. But before we touch on it,
that's what you said last time.
one more thing.
Ba-dum-psh.
Pulse VI has partnered with Unified Events to clean the farm at Agri Paradise.
Yes.
So our flyer will be coming out soon. It's December 9th.
Okay.
And we'll all be going to Virgin Gorda. We'll be able to afford transportation for 40 persons.
Nice.
So we'll give the details on how to connect and, you know, all
That's
that kind of
awesome.
stuff coming soon, but that's exciting.
That's
Yeah,
what we do,
definitely.
y'all.
Yeah,
we help
we
people.
deliver.
And just to let y'all know, Agri Paradise were guests on our show, and now
Yes.
we're going out to help them.
Help them clean the farm.
So looky here.
Look at.
That's just
Y'all too
tooting our own
excited.
horn for a little bit. That's
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
I love stuff like
Go
this.
to
You know?
work. I like Virgin Gorda, so yeah.
Mr. Orange.
I like giving, hey, Miss Red, blue, black, and white.
Stripes.
All right, now we're on to it.
She's like,
What's that?
enough of this.
Because we
admiring
have
each
to give
other.
at least 4 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
What's going on?
You need at least
What's
4
going
minutes.
on
No,
in
no,
the
no, no.
country?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Y'all
No,
tell
no, no,
me.
no, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
What's
ahead.
going on in the
I
country?
got
go
this.
ahead.
What's going on?
BVI chick, what's going on in the country? Tell us. Tell us.
Yes, you tell us.
I don't know, but the country broke up. Is that what it is?
I think so. Tell us what's
Okay,
going
my
on.
representative
I
was
should probably
on
get some
JTV Live.
Yeah, I saw that, and he was on 284
And
Media.
it seems like someone leaked his letter from the House of Assembly, he said. Because he said that was the only person that he disclosed by giving them a letter, right?
Right.
And it's public news. That's
But wouldn't it have made it to public news anyway?
Yeah.
well, I
We
mean,
just rush the brush.
right.
No, but they say the letter itself was leaked. I haven't.
Yeah, he was on JTV. I sent it in the chat.
I
But-
didn't watch it.
Yeah, he was on JTV
Shame on you.
Live. And then we had
Unprepared.
Honorable Archie Christian.
Yeah.
He resigned also. And also
Consequently.
lost his job as junior minister. But I would think that would
That's-
come.
that's- yeah, that's what I'm
because
saying.
To me, if I resign from being a part of this, I don't expect to sit at the same
So
table
you can't
with
work in the
guys.
same
Right.
government. That's
You know what I
I'm-
mean?
yeah.
Because the government that you are no longer a part of is having discussions and stuff. You can't now be a part of
Yeah.
it. So
But
I
he
think
would remain minister until the government diminishes.
No,
or
he's-
no, he
Because
lost
This is a,
it.
no,
Oh.
you can't
You
resign.
lose it once you turn in
Okay,
a
gotcha.
resignation. You lose that position
And
right
then
away.
if you
Gotcha,
think about
gotcha.
it, it's an NDP. We're currently in an NDP
Right.
government. He was NDP. He
so now
resigned
he's
from
on the
NDP.
opposition.
He was on. Well, he
Yeah.
resigned from NDP. You can't resign from NDP.
And
NDP
still-
gave you the
still
junior
stay.
minister position, so you
Right.
can't really.
Right.
It's a lot of hoopty
So
hoopty
I
hoopla.
mean, an election is going to be by April 16th.
Yeah.
The
Right.
governor has announced. So it's going to be really exciting. You know why? Because at some point, whoever is the leader of this new party
right.
is going to have to resign because it's campaign season soon. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen because I'm wondering if those two persons that are also associated with that party resign, then guess what? The government is no longer a majority. Does that mean that the House of Assembly will dissolve right then and there? An election will be called then 90 days after that?
I mean,
Who
wasn't
knows?
because election was going to be in June because House of Assembly had to be dissolved by
It would have to be dissolved 90 days before.
Yeah, 90 days.
Right.
Like, yeah.
April
May.
16th.
So April. So I'm trying to figure out. That means House of Assembly is going to be dissolved earlier if it's 90 days.
Well,
they still
right.
follow the
They can
same
plan a
protocol.
cruise
Right.
on that
and
day.
and if those two persons resigned ahead of that planned dissolution, then 90 days will start earlier. So I'm telling you, people who are running,
Run for your life.
line up at the track. Start getting your things going. Campaign season is hot and Pulse
Campaign
VI is
season is
here.
hot.
If you need to come on the show, contact us. Hey, we could work it out with you.
And
Yeah.
then let me
Yeah,
just.
I mean, we
if-
got to get the message out. It's our country. So, I mean, we can't not get involved.
Just know when you come on the show, I asking what I want to ask. Okay?
We're going to ask you the hard questions as well as,
The diplomatic
Yeah,
questions.
yeah. But we could work something out. Contact us and, we'll work something out.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's 3:16 in the British Virgin Islands. You're here with Pulse VI on Caribbean Superstation 90.9 FM. Check us out on cbnvirginislands.com.
Who we got next?
Who's here? Who's in the house?
Mr. Ching, 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 Mr. Ching.
I love that name. I
think
love
it's
that
so cool.
name.
Ching.
He's in the house, guys.
And he's already here. We're going to take a
Yes.
quick break, pay some bills, and be right back. Pulse VI.
Pulse VI.
Goodness.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Chad Lettsome in the middle. That's your name, right? Chad Lettsome?
You got it straight.
You got it straight.
I love it.
Where are you from?
East End.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Red Bay to be specific.
Red
East.
Bay.
Red
I don't
East.
even know
Okay,
what
I was gonna say I'm not from Eastern because I don't know where Red Bay is. Blake, where that?
By the sea.
Okay, by the sea. I like it.
So you created an app,
Ooh.
correct?
Correct.
It's called
Ching.
Ching. And what is this app?
This app allows you to accept credit card on any device, anytime, anywhere. It's an app for your phone that helps small businesses and people accept payments in any form, including plastic.
Wow.
So accept any payment. Like basically, if I go and she has a business, I have some business with her or whatever, she basically can pay me through the app.
Correct. Yep. The merchant or the business owner would have the app or an employee for the business, and a customer would walk up with plastic, and then you can accept that credit card, via the mobile device, and then it goes into your bank account.
Okay.
That's nifty, huh?
It is. So this app, I'm thinking like, how does it work? Like people that has like Apple and they have some little
Like
gadget
Apple
on their phone, that Apple Pay. Like, how does that compare to that?
We use the camera in whatever device it is,
Okay.
and we scan the numbers off of the front of the credit card, encrypt those, and then run the transaction via that. If a card is not present, you could still key in the numbers. It's recommended you have a card authorization form to do that.
Okay.
And which gets the signature from the card holder, and then you can run the transaction just using the numbers on the phone. And if you need to provide further documents, due diligence on the transaction, then you have the written card authorization form that proves you have the ability to charge that card.
Wow, I like that word. He's ready.
That's
Due
what I'm
diligence.
saying.
Right.
I'm like,
So
whoa,
do you
brother
have-
man has it set
I
up.
know you're saying due diligence. Like
Yeah.
with my thing, I'm thinking KYC. Do you have any KYC kind of thing set up on there, or?
At this point, since we're not doing anything in the digital and Ethereum currency-wise,
So you wouldn't-
we're moving money existing, or we're not moving money. We are instructing the money to be moved from a bank account with all of its due diligence to another bank account with all of its due
Oh,
diligence.
okay. So you
All the
wouldn't need-
KYC is already
okay.
done
Okay.
and known, including on our accounts. So there's no risk from the AML,
To kinda, yeah.
the anti-money laundering, anti-terrorism funding aspect from that.
Nice. So what kind of what got you into
Yeah, like your background. Like, how did you?
just decide? Hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make an app
His
for
background
money.
has nothing to do. Okay? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Tell us. School
So
us.
how did this come about?
Nah,
Yeah.
well, I tell people I'm from the Virgin Islands, Co. Born here, raised there, and went to school here until high school, and then after high school I went to Washington State. Went and did a technical degree up there in network and communication management, and then immediately got hired in at the largest aerospace company, which is Boeing.
Wow.
I spent a lot of time there in the corporate world, in the defense world, doing a lot of military products and a little bit of the commercial world. And then decided it was time to come back home,
Wow.
Time to start working on developing world problems instead of focusing on developed world problems.
I love it.
And here I am. Every time I call my father, he was fishing, so I kind of get a little upset about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that
So
later.
I had to go fishing with that.
So how long did it take for the app to develop? How many?
So far, we've been working on it quite a long time, 5 years. It took about three of those years just to get it to a point where we started doing production transactions.
Right.
And for the last 2 years, we've been doing production transactions here in the BVI,
Okay.
also in Jamaica. And it just took a lot of time because no one had full time to work on this.
Okay.
I was in a Fortune 20 company, pulling off more than 40 hours a week, and so were other members on the team. They were in other large Fortune 25 companies,
Wow.
and it just took a lot of time that we didn't have to get things going and rolling. And there was no initial big investment of funds or anything, so we couldn't hire people to do this. We had our sweat for it.
Right.
And, it
Sweat
took
equity, huh?
Sweat equity. It took a while for all of that to happen. And now we're at the point where we've gained a lot of traction. We're gaining a lot of attention. We have all the right things in place, getting the team, proper team in place.
How big is that team?
That team is still very small.
I thought he was going to say, but
you know how you're making a song is like you have production, marketing, all this different sections. So let's say how big.
Yeah, so I'll be specific on things now. I'm going to compete in Europe here for Present Your Startup. To get funding in. And there's this European slang. I shouldn't even say slang, but these terms that describe people you need on your team. You need 3 core people on your team, 3 H's.
Listen, people.
You need a hustler, a hipster, and a hacker.
I love it.
Right? Your hustler is the CEO, is the person driving the business forward, forging all the business relationships, bringing together the team. The hacker is the person who's doing operations. They're actually making it what? Whether you're making a product, they're the ones making the product. If you're pulling together a service, they're the one at the core of making that service actually feasible. And then you also need a hipster. This is the person selling it, pimping it, making it hip. And no matter what type of business you're in, you need those 3 things in there. And typically the hustler comes first, the hacker comes second, and we're at the point of attracting a hipster now. And I'll leave her to be announced later.
Sounds good. I love it. So hot too. Women rising.
Hello. I'm like, you already, that's all I needed to
As
hear.
if women haven't been rising since.
Hey, we continue to rise.
Excuse me. Let's not start that conversation.
I'm kidding. I'm a feminist.
And we're convinced.
No, because it's crazy because they think well, you're a guy too, so. That's not what I meant.
Because you got long hair?
Hey, this is a 50-50 right up here.
No, it's not. It's 3, and then you have 2.
Yeah.
So we're always at war.
Blake doesn't count.
She always.
No, it doesn't count.
Blake.
Well,
anyway.
I have some specifically I'm going to say on that later, but we'll leave it for a while. I want to see what comes out.
So all this sounds really, really good. I mean, recently you were in the news. You did something with Branson. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I guess we have gone through a few different accelerators or incubators in the Virgin Islands. And the Branson Center of Entrepreneurship Caribbean is one of them.
Okay.
I started getting involved with them in 2015, went through their program, got accepted into cohort number 2.
Okay.
And there's only been 3 here in the BVI. Jamaica has organization functioning. They have way more entrepreneurs participating in theirs, and they've been doing it longer.
Right.
But started getting involved with them. Then they've been providing a lot of support when it helps to clarifying the business model. You know, why we're doing what we're doing. Where's the passion at? Who are we providing value to? How are we providing that value? And what do we need to continue providing it and to scale up?
Right.
They've also helped with getting KPMG involved, one of the big 4 accounting companies. And they have gone over our numbers, and we've been bouncing lots of numbers off of them. So it's really good to have a sound board to bounce your business model off of, and have it approved. So they really help with that. They've helped with publicity, getting us known, getting a wider audience around the world, the UK, Europe, to focus in a little bit more on what we're doing and how we're doing it. So they've helped out quite a bit. With everything. And then the more recent publicity that you've seen has been up at Levick Bay at the Song Pitch event, which is an event that was initiated and run by Syra Hospitality. They are a nonprofit that helps get local people into the hospitality business, and they're doing an excellent job.
I think they're about to do another cohort coming soon, right? Because they did one. Yeah,
they have an extensive learning program that takes quite a while to go through, and then you get issued a Syra certificate after that. And so they've been training local people here and entrepreneurs here, and being able to pitch and articulate your business, your ideas is part of being able to communicate yourself well in that industry.
Wow.
So they had the very first ever Song Pitch competition.
Tongue twister there.
Totally sound like something else.
It did.
And And it was excellent. Richard Branson showed up to that and showed his support to it.
Yeah.
Me along with himself and Shard Costa, head of VP Bank, were on the panel, and we were judging the participants.
Oh, nice.
And it was very fun. It was a very exciting time. A lot of inspiration happening there.
Great.
It sounds inspiring.
Sounds exciting. I mean, being in that atmosphere with Richard Branson, what impact do you think it's made in the difference of how you present your product?
I think so. People want pitching to him directly.
Okay.
But it really gets you in the headspace of you need to really be focusing this clearly. You can't just be saying what's the benefit for me, right? What's the benefit for hair? For us locally in the community, you have a big international person here. You better be thinking about how it's beneficial to them, and if it's not, then you need to be thinking of ways it is.
Wow.
Because you need to expand your audience, you need to expand your market, and the best way of doing that is thinking big and thinking and putting yourself in how what I'm creating is valuable for people that aren't even near me.
Right.
And to me, that helps when you think about it in that terms. And he manifests that right there as he shows up, right? You need to start thinking.
Of course.
As soon as you hear he's coming.
Right. Wow.
That's a lot of pressure, no?
It is, but pressure builds diamonds.
I was gonna say this man looked like he could handle any pressure. He's so cool. You're so. I mean, really.
Thanks.
I mean, it's like the way you present yourself is like. You just have it.
Smooth.
Very smooth.
It always hasn't been smooth, right? I didn't always just have it.
Okay.
Right? That means anybody can get it, right?
I love that.
You just have to put in the time, the effort, the practice. And I guess the biggest thing that helps with that is really practicing. If you're afraid of public speaking, you need to go sign yourself up for events where you're forced into the public speaking role. And you need to be talking to crowds, 10 and greater to start getting some experience in that. And you can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to do it enough. I remember very clearly. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I remember very clearly the feeling of, oh, I'm now completely comfortable speaking in public.
Wow.
I don't fear this anymore. I just go do it.
Yeah.
Right. And I didn't always feel that way. I felt very nervous in the beginnings, to the point where it affected me physically. But at some point you cross a threshold and.
Yeah.
You're good after that.
I guess the more you do it, the more it just comes natural.
Yeah, and there's still nerves, but there's things you can control now, things you pay attention to, things that don't make a huge difference. Yeah. So everybody can do it.
Goodness me, that's really
I'm telling
great.
you.
Anything you can do, I can do.
Because all I'm thinking now, you're saying that, I'm like, whole time I'm planning in my head, we should tell this school to have him come talk to the students. That's how
I'm like,
this kid needs to be on top of like talking to these. That's what they need to hear. A lot of people, and especially seeing someone young and someone from here, going the
very
distance and doing all these things.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of that here. So it's really, what?
No, say not at all. You don't. You thought it was.
Yeah, especially
You know what? It's
especially
3:30.
when it's a young man.
And obviously I can't say anything to Binta.
No,
So
I
we're
thought he was
getting
dissing
upset.
me.
We always think we're gonna diss her, but it's 3:30. We're gonna take our first break. We got chat like some in the building. Ching.
Ching.
There, that's my little thing.
I love it.
But you gave her lots of information in the first 15 minutes. I don't know what we're gonna ask next, but we'll figure it out. We're gonna take a quick break.
We will.
We're here with Pulse VI Caribbean Superstation 90.9 FM. We're gonna take a break and come right back.
Pulse VI.
Pulse
VI!
What?
We're back. Caribbean Superstation 90.9 FM. You're here with Pulse VI
and Mr. Ching guy.
Mr. Ching guy.
Sounds good, no?
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude.
I know his name. Do you see what I have to deal with?
Yeah, my name is slowly changing to Ching over time.
It's
It's
catchy.
It's so catchy.
Did you have a nickname before, like Ching?
Yeah, but it was.
What's your nickname?
It's not appropriate to say it.
Oh, now
He has one of those old tutorial nicknames that you don't want no one to know.
Boopy from the block.
from Red Bay.
We have a few questions for you from one of our followers. What are some of the advantages that small businesses can gain from your service, number one? And then in this era of online fraud, what are some of the measures in place to avoid mishaps?
Okay. I start with the fraud question first.
Okay, great.
Right? Our goal is right now we're replacing the point of sale, the terminal, right? And we do lots of things to mitigate fraud in our system, beginning with the underlying encryption. As soon as you scan a CAD number, it's encrypted. It's encrypted at risk. If it has to buffer for a short period of time on the phone, it's encrypted while it's in transport to our server-side systems, and it's encrypted as it goes off to the processors and the larger CAD brand networks. So the encryption path is handled. Another huge thing that we do to mitigate fraud is we do not store any CAD information. So as soon as it's processed, we discard that information. We don't store it. So we're not a big honeypot attracting hackers to come hack into our space and gain access to 100,000 CADs or something like that. We just don't keep the information.
It's basically just for the moment.
It's for the transaction and then it's gone.
Exactly. Most times when you hear credit CAD, fraud is not the word, but any kind of compromise on data in the credit card world is from companies that store a lot of information, the tag, it's the Apples, the people that have all these CAD accounts that are on file. So when you hack that information, you get large amounts of credit card numbers, not just what's transacting at that point in time. So to mitigate our risk, we do things like that. And the system is as secure as any other CAD terminal. So really the security and the fraud is on the merchant. You have to have people in your business that you trust interacting with CAD numbers, because once there's a customer interacting with someone else's CAD, there's opportunity for fraud. It's minimized in our system, but it's not eliminated because the merchant still has to be cognizant of this.
Especially when you're taking a picture.
And we don't say that. We don't take a picture. We just scan the numbers off. We just scan the numbers off. We don't save pictures. You know, that's the first and last you'll ever see. Then it's just to confirm you got the same numbers.
Okay, and then back to the first question, the advantages of using your service.
Yeah, the advantages you can sign up very quickly, right? You can sign up in 15 minutes. This isn't a 2-month process, a 6-month process. You don't have to wait for a terminal to come in. There's at this current time, there's no monthly fees, there's no strings attached, there's no sign-up cost. So everything to get Ching operating on your device is completely risk-free. Right? And there's no strings attached that say you have to keep using this or it's costing you by not using this. You only get charged when you perform a transaction because we make a percentage of the transaction. Otherwise, it's free to sign up and start using.
So just like the other, because
and I mean more benefits. This is a mobile device now. This is a point of sale in your hand. It's not a physical thing that's at your bar where you're charging for cards. If you're on the street and you're down in town paying some bills and you need to do a transaction right there, you see a customer and they need to pay you, you can accept it right then and there. So this is always on your person.
So it's flexibility and
and mobility, convenience.
You're always ready. So how has it been with getting local businesses to come on board? Because sometimes we're very slow at adapting to change. We always see all the negative things fly up in our head first before we see the positive. How has it been with getting this across to the locals?
It's not a hard sell. The sell is fairly I would say medium. It's not hard to sell, it's not easy to sell, but it's definitely not a hard sell. Just being able to show somebody that there's something that they've been needing for a long time. Most people are like, yes, I need this now. And coming on, we didn't just come on full steam ahead. We were at Scotiabank. Scotiabank is our preferred partner. And we started with them. So we could only transact with people at Scotiabank, but now we're servicing all the banks and the BVI. So that was a block in the beginning. If I had to ask somebody to change their bank account, they weren't doing it. They have their mortgage, their car loan, their credit cards at that bank. They're not going to switch banks. The next roadblock that we have right now still, that we still haven't got over yet, is getting to iOS. We'll get to iOS probably middle of the year next year. We need funding in to do such a thing. And the asking someone who has an iPhone to go to Android is a stopper right there. Right, so those are the hard things in our sell, but in any business you're in, you have to be able to communicate. If you have the best sliced bread on the planet, then you need to be able to communicate you have the best sliced bread on the planet. And it doesn't matter if it's cheaper, tastes better, more affordable and convenient, and at all the stores, if people don't know about it, it's not going anywhere. So our current challenge would be with the marketing front. We don't have a large budget in that yet, and we haven't been putting a lot of time in that yet. We've been doing more of the operations focus. So that's a challenge that we have going forward. But we'll definitely get over that.
Well, we're all taking baby steps there, so we could all work together
to get that
and get it out there.
And then just going back to, I know you've mentioned that you're going to the Netherlands soon. So tell us a little bit about the startup event happening there.
So start in the very beginning. I mentioned that we partake in the Branson Center for Entrepreneurship, Caribbean here. That's one accelerator. But the accelerator we first partook in is called the Forge. The Forge BVI, right? They did MWM Biz Pitch in the beginning that we participated in. They turned it to BVI Biz Pitch. Now it's just the Forge.
Okay.
And they're the ones really that helped us get to the stage in Curacao, which is where Present Your Startup was. People from the Netherlands were here in the BVI for that Biz Pitch, saw what we were doing, thought it would be appropriate to get involved with their accelerator much later down the road.
Right.
We did that.
You won that one, didn't you?
Correct. Yeah,
Yes.
they took 40 plus businesses from around the Caribbean, and from Saint Martin, Curacao, ABCs, all ABC islands, other places, and took us all to Curacao. Boiled that down to 20. Boiled it down to 8, then 5, and then 1.
And you came out on top.
Yes, and it was very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And from that, we gained a number of things in that competition. But one of the original promises was that we'd be able to go to the Netherlands and compete on a global stage amongst 5 other finalists and do the same thing, compete for the best startup. And in this one, we're raising money live on stage. So we'll be asking for a large amount of money and seeing if we can raise it live on stage in Haarlem in the Netherlands on November 28th.
Goodness,
So it's right along the corner.
Yeah.
So can we ask how much you're going to be asking for?
I'll be asking between $300,000 and $650,000
That's not bad.
Great.
for percentage stake or equity stake within the business.
Oh, nice.
And that money, we'll be using that to accelerate our growth and scale out throughout the Caribbean, and then see if we get to South America, North America, and Europe.
Call me tomorrow.
well.
I got you.
Yeah. What percent? Can we ask what percentage stake you're giving up?
We're between 5 and 10%.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
It's a small.
good, yeah,
a small
good,
stake.
good investment though.
Yes.
Because the possibilities are ooh.
Yeah, because
Endless,
this could be a multi-million dollar company.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
5 to 10% is a lot.
We're definitely creating a lot of value,
Right.
and we are already a multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to scale out and keep scaling throughout the region so we can provide a big impact to this region. We need it. This is something the entire region needs.
Definitely.
And we get sick of watching the visitors that come to our place not be able to spend the money here.
Yeah.
It was kind of born out of frustration when I was on the water. I was working at Boeing, had a big 6-figure salary, and I couldn't spend my plastic here in the BVI where I grew up. I couldn't give people I know my money.
You just
who
went
have
right
businesses.
into the next question. Because someone said, why this industry, working with Boeing, the experience seems like it would have been so much different. What made you go to the technology side of the industry? So you kind of just segue into it with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was
background.
I was always in the tech space in Boeing.
Okay.
But just seeing the needs, right? I spent a lot of time dabbling in things that everyone needs. I spent a lot of time looking at food, water, power, things I thought everybody needed.
Yeah.
And after I couldn't find viable businesses in that front that would work here in the BVI, I started focusing to what else does everybody need?
Yeah.
Everybody else needs money.
Yeah.
How can I help people make money? And then started focusing in on the niche of, okay, we're not as efficient as we should be capturing payments from people here, especially the money that comes into our territory in form of tourism.
Right.
We're not actually capturing that effectively. And being able to hold more money here in the local businesses, in the local banks, in the local economy means our economy goes up.
Right.
So I said, this is a good thing. And by the way, this problem exists throughout the rest of the Caribbean. This is a good place to start. And
Start at home.
Start at home. Start where I can make a large impact, and then try to go from there. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That is really awesome.
Loads of information,
I'm
people.
telling
Yeah,
you.
and
Loads of
then
information.
I actually have another question. Let me see if I have time for this one.
You want to ask when we come back?
After I come back.
Yeah, when we get from this
Hold on
second
to it.
break, Binta's going to ask her question. You're here chilling with Chad. Lettsome. Ching, 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 ching. Caribbean Superstation, Pulse VI, BVI, Chick, Binta, Swain Show. We in the building, Blake Boy. We'll be right back. Pay some bills.
Pulse VI.
We're back in the building. Caribbean Superstation 90.9 FM.
And
We're in a cool time here today.
We are.
I'm
We're
telling
got a
learning
lot of
so much.
information.
A lot of information, and it's like
And these are the type of
we're
things
just
we
looking
need.
at him like, oh my God, we're learning so much.
Yeah, a lot, actually.
And it's exciting because I could see so much growth within the country with this. You know, it's like everyone needs this. I'm
It's
like
modern.
It's like you could have business anywhere.
Right.
Why not? This is the way to go.
It is.
It is. If you want to sign up, check us out on our Facebook site. It's Ching Exchange, just as you would spell CHING and then the word exchange.
Okay.
If you want to check us out on Instagram, it's Ching Exchange minus the E. Somebody had that space. Our website is ching.exchange. There's no .com or anything, just ching.exchange.
Okay.
And you can hit us up, communicate. We can get you signed up quickly the same day.
Same
Right
day,
now,
15
any day.
minutes,
We
guys.
can get you going, get you transacting, making sure business is happening for you.
Don't miss a dollar.
Ching.exchange on Instagram, Ching Exchange without the E, and Ching Exchange on Facebook.
Yes.
But you got it.
I remembered.
Is there anything you want to let us know, let the public know? Anything that's vital to the business and or yourself?
I guess pay attention to us as we go through the accelerator in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
There's sometimes audience participation points. I know that the time frame is well off from the Virgin Islands, but follow us on that. And there will probably be some points where they're polling for public opinion,
Right.
Public vote, and that always helps to show some support for us during
Let's
that
get behind
Make sure
this,
you try to go
guys.
live at some point.
Yeah.
If it's possible, you know.
We don't have the details on that now, but it'd probably be on Present Your Startup on their
Right.
Facebook page,
Okay.
and that will be disseminated, and then we'll probably also be helping spread the information through our channels as well.
Yeah, I've been seeing the startup poster. It's
Yeah,
sponsored
it's
on
been
Facebook,
everybody's
so
been
it's really up there on
sharing it.
Facebook.
So yeah. We just need everyone to follow
And
Ching
actually do,
Exchange so that we could do what we gotta do when it's time.
And then wake up and vote.
Get up
Yeah.
and vote.
Exactly.
Yes.
we got
Let's
this.
take this to the next level.
No, because
Exactly.
you're representing yourself, but you're representing a whole island. You're the
The
only
territory.
person. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're the only person who's come out of here with this type of business to basically go and do something modern.
Yes.
Goodness gracious, something not ancient and something that we currently need. That this is where the world is going. A lot of
Everyone
people,
needs
you know,
it.
So while we're putting BVI on the map, I want to say something specific along this. The women here are doing the most, and people are not acknowledging it and realizing it. Just as a quick example, that day at Narsung with Mr. Branson and everybody else, it was very evident to me, and I missed the opportunity to say something about it, so I say it now. There were 6 competitors up there that were pitching their businesses. All 6 of those people were women, right?
Wow.
The BVI Unite, the Virgin teams that were there, were all headed and run by women,
Wow.
right? If you want to take it a step further, if you look into BVI business, some of the most successful family businesses here, the Romney Group is all run by women. The Skelton Group is all run by women.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had a head deputy governor that's a female. We've had a head deputy premier that's been female. We have women throughout the entire financial services industry here. They're doing well in law firms and
Yeah.
everything else. National Bank, CFO, CEO, CMO, all women. Right? And it's not something that I think is being acknowledged enough in the BVI, because this is an exception in the world, one of the exceptions in the world, right? We're doing this and nobody's realizing it, but women are taking up the helm here and doing amazing things, and like I said, doing the most. I just want to
Someone
recognize
give
that.
this guy.
Woo! Big
know,
up women.
I hope you
No,
get $1 million.
I'm telling
know,
you
I'm
wrapped it
really
up
rooting
so
for
perfect.
You.
Put the perfect bow on it.
Oh my
I'm telling
goodness.
you, it couldn't have been done better.
I promise you for that, I will wake my tail up and vote.
I'm sure you will. Yeah.
Y'all,
No, serious.
y'all are, see men, boys,
And at Pulse VI, we have 2 females.
Two boys.
2 boys,
Yeah.
and you're the man
And
today.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's all right. You guys running the conversation.
Girls like boys.
That was so good. That was I
No,
felt like
really.
That kinda
It was like a
it was
package.
refreshing to hear.
Yes.
Definitely.
Gosh, that was good.
Well, it's not being spoken about enough, so I
No, it's
just
not.
want to draw some attention. Where we put the BVI on the map, put it on the map as well for the BVI.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's
Someone get
continue
this
to
guy.
shine, females.
I also forgot to mention Syro Hospitality is also their CEO is also female.
Oh.
And they're doing amazing things, and they're the ones that put together
Yeah.
that whole group. So it was just very, very in your face, adamant at the time. And
Yeah.
wow, nobody's recognizing this. and
Right.
it needs recognition.
And we thank you for recognizing it, but
Thank
that
you
doesn't
so
mean,
much.
fellows, we don't want you guys
Of
to
course,
also
yeah.
shine, because as women, we need our strong men.
To hold us up.
Hey, it's,
Yeah, because men
you know,
have been sucking a lot lately.
Yeah, because we're
And you guys are nasty. But I was I just mean like in terms of like I guess fathers,
Yeah,
men, young
yeah.
boys. They're not really doing anything lately. We actually just like been in the
Yeah.
in the shadows. So it's like I don't know. To me, it's not that I don't recognize women. It's just that the boys now are just really going far
yeah.
down a hill that we just can't seem to bring it back
Yeah.
up. And this is definitely we need everybody's support.
Yeah.
We need everybody's support.
And-
but I definitely acknowledge that
Yeah.
women are, I don't know, our driving force. in
Yeah,
BVA.
and that's why it's so refreshing to have someone like Chad here. You know what I'm
Say
saying?
that.
So that young men
Right.
out there,
Can
you know. And I
see.
think Binta hit the nail on the head when she said, we need him in our schools.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's young men like this we need in the schools, speaking to, the younger generation, so that,
Right.
they could get it early
Yeah.
and see that there are so
Well,
much more out there. And,
Yeah.
you could think outside of the BVI.
And
Just
just
think
go, yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Just because you're not you're from the BVI doesn't mean, you can't go far. And you're a perfect example of
And
that.
when we're having conferences, we have so much wealth of knowledge here. We don't have to go outside and
Right.
bring
Bring
in
in people,
someone.
right.
We have the knowledge right here. We have the expertise right here. Tap into what we have and, pay him
Exactly.
to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the money local.
Yeah. Pay me to help him.
Hey.
And you can do it through the Ching app.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
This
saying.
is how you're supposed to bring it, everything.
You see what I'm saying? Tie it all in.
Put it all together.
Listen.
Oh, and then I had a quote. This is probably my last question. Yeah, that's your last question. But anyway, because I know on PayPal, we spoke about it earlier, but I didn't get a chance to touch on it. On PayPal, it's the money that's deducted, like when you're sending money to someone, the money that's taken, like the PayPal fees are dependent on, let's say, over 25, then over 100.
The
different
amounts,
costs.
yeah.
So is yours the same, or is it just one set, like
A
percentage that's
percentage.
taken
Yeah,
off?
mine is just a percentage, a
Okay.
fixed percentage, and so it doesn't matter if you increase the number, the percentage still stays the same.
Really?
Okay.
Yep, and that means we make more money the higher
That's
the
what I
number
was
goes.
just saying,
that's
good.
That's the definition of a percentage.
Yeah.
So we haven't tiered our structure in brackets yet.
And I think that's a
Okay.
good thing, because like I send money through PayPal, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I have to count this. It's a little more expensive if I send over $200.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with PayPal is you cannot get paid here. You can't
You
get
can't.
money. You can't get money out of PayPal into
the
No.
BVI.
one of the BVI banks.
No.
That's the
So what
issue.
you have to
No.
do is essentially
Send it to your account.
No, it stays on PayPal.
It stays in PayPal.
So what I
wallet.
do is, like, if I get someone sending me money, I put it's in PayPal, but all my bills are through PayPal. I set every single bill through PayPal, so it's the credit, it's taken off that.
Okay.
So it kind of works the same way, but it would be much easier now to kind of just tell the person, get the app, you do this.
Yeah, and get
Yeah.
cash in hand here. It doesn't have to stay
Yeah.
in PayPal's wallet. It can
So
stay in
you
your
get
bank
your
account,
money,
your
you get
wallet.
your turnaround on your money quicker, so that you could re-inject it into the business and keep the
Correct.
cycle going.
So I know someone who's trying to pay me, but I'm trying to figure out. So basically, I get the app. I say, you get this Ching app, kind of like a Cash App. In the US they have the Cash app. So I'm gonna tell him, get the Ching app, send me my money
No, you get the Ching app and you
What?
charge them.
to send me money.
No, you just charge them, and then it comes up in your bank account.
This is great.
We all need to look at me. I'm getting excited. I'm like, we all need to start.
I have like
Is the app in the app store? Where do we get the app? How do we get the app?
The app is in the Google Play Store at the moment,
Okay.
Oh.
and you just go to the Google Play Store and search for Ching Caribbean, and it'll be the first one on the list to
it
show.
work on iPhone.
Okay. It won't work on the iPhone.
Not yet.
Not
We're
yet.
only-
iOS is
We're
coming
only at
next
Android
year.
at the moment. We're
You
coming
said in
Mid
in
next
next
year?
mid-next
year.
year, we'll get
Okay.
that.
Definitely
Yes.
here.
Okay, Apple users, hold on. It's
Okay.
coming.
Or just get a cheap Android phone, $200 to
Look,
jam
look
in,
at that.
$100 to
Get
jam
a
in.
cheap
Get a $50
Android
one.
phone
A
so you could
$50
get
one,
the
yeah.
app.
Yeah.
Hey.
Anyone.
That's nice.
See,
though.
I like the
Goodness.
fact that he comes with a solution. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't leave you empty-handed. He's like, look, I have a
You know
solution. You don't have the
exactly.
Apple phone. Listen, I like that.
This is really
So
exciting
everyone could get
stuff.
it.
Definitely.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to get it because, quicker to get
No, it's
money.
it's really, and I like it's-
Revolutionize how we
goodness,
do
it's
business
local.
in the BVI.
I'm gonna be,
Exciting.
whoo. And y'all know how hype I get. Like if it's local, I'll be like, hey, I know the person who got this app. I'll go all over the world and do stuff like that. It's ridiculous. That's really me. I'm being so serious.
So you're buying for the hipster? Look at his face. Well, she said she's ready to go all over.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm also a marketer.
Hey, hey. Well, the business is growing, so there's, you never know what happens down the road.
You know-
Exactly. We're growing big time. So we'll see when we get investment and we start scaling that. We will have to be pulling people from
I'll
everywhere.
definitely vote.
See?
And we're gonna pull people first that we know, right?
See?
that we already have a relationship.
She's gonna be part-time there.
So we got 2 more minutes. Tell the people again where your website, Instagram, where you can find
Yeah.
you, blah, 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 blah.
Website is at ching.exchange. The Facebook is Facebook at Ching Exchange. And the only one that is different is Instagram. It's Ching Exchange except without the E.
Why is
Okay.
that?
Because that's how it's registered. That's why. There's no particular reason. If we can acquire the ching.com domain name soon, that'd be amazing. We'd change all the stuff to that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's quite pricey, so we're waiting to
Yeah.
be profitable before we
To be
jump
do
on
that?
something like that.
Okay, and remind persons of your Netherlands appearance, the date, what they need to listen out for.
Yep, it's the accelerator is called Present Your Startup Haarlem Valley, and this will be taking place in Haarlem in the Netherlands, in Holland, and it's happening on November the 28th.
Okay.
November 28th. It's just a one-day event?
It's not a one-day event for me. We'll be there refining the pitches, meeting investors,
Yeah.
networking, being refined.
Right.
And then the day of is the big performance. And then
The show.
even after that, all the 5 panelists that step on there are going to be doing lots of business
Right.
talks.
Of
And I'm sure
course.
there'll be lots of investments made because they're all
Goodness.
very strong competitors, very strong business propositions. And so after the show, we'll also be closing deals, networking, making more connections and expanding.
Wow, this sounds exciting.
It is. Oh my gosh. So you'll be there for, let's say, 1 or 2 weeks?
Yeah, I leave in 3 days on the 20th.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll be up there to probably mid-December. But
Great.
I think we'll head to England after the Netherlands.
But we
That's
wish
fun.
you
Yeah. On behalf of Pulse,
much
we wish you all the
success,
best.
and we
Yeah.
can't wait to, like, song the horn that it's you the winner.
Yeah.
Oh man, listen. We would need to meet you with a convoy at the airport
Like
or
literally,
something.
yeah,
I'm just
something.
saying.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
like
So
we do with that,
definitely, definitely keep us connected. We'll try and follow you, make sure we know what's going on, get the
Yeah.
voting going and stuff like that. Because we want you to bring it home.
It's a big deal.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Big
Thank you.
deal.
Thank you.
Big
Thanks for
fan,
coming
big
through
fan.
today. Thanks for coming through. Give us all this information.
Shout out all our
Yes.
supporters, including you guys.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, we are welcome.
If you want to contact Pulse, you could check us out at pulse.wpe@gmail.com or pulse.wpe at Instagram, right?
You forgetting the VA.
Is there a VI there?
Pulse VI.
Yeah, Pulse VI. You guys, come on.
Never knows.
Just
right?
small
You guys-
things.
you guys small things.
Small things.
Small things, Binta. And my haircut today was sponsored by Randy over there at Envy. You can check him out, 343-2444.
You always getting sponsors.
How do you even sponsor a haircut?
My gosh.
It is. You don't pay for it.
Hey, okay, guys. We need some sponsors over
For
here.
the girls, hello.
I'm telling you.
My hair needs to be dyed soon, y'all. So someone out there
And
sponsor me.
I need a look. So
I mean, you girls work for everything, so pay for it. We're gonna Pulse VI Caribbean
That's
Superstation.
boy.
Thanks for rocking with us. Good afternoon and good evening and
Goodbye,
good night.
everybody.
have a good week.
We be the heart of the VI. Feel the pulse and you will see why. Where I from, we do it B.I.G. On each other we could rely. Feel the pulse of the VI. Listen close and you will see why. The information will set you free. Stand together, never divide. Pulse VI.